Boxing fans, we're here with respected trainer John David Jackson. John, I was going to talk to you about the career of Bernard Hopkins a little bit. For those who know, you fought Bernard years back. You know him very well. You spent a lot of camps with him. Just tell me, like, how well you've gotten to know Bernard, just kind of like through working with him over the years. What it's been like.
With me, Bernard was a pleasure because he always gave me respect. We're always good friends.
Yeah.
Me and Bernard was always good, but see, the thing with Bernard was after Bernard fought Roy, which was a bad fight for both fighters. Terrible. He called me and said, John, I want you to give me your honest opinion, because whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
He said, should I retire from boxing? I said, yes.
Really?
That was 2 years ago. We haven't worked since.
Oh, okay.
I kind of, I don't know if I offended him or what, but listen, I was just being honest. That fight, you looked so bad, both of them.
Yeah, right.
That it merited you retiring from boxing. Listen, you fight Gene Pascal, who can't fight.
Yeah.
Can't fight a lick. And you expose him for that.
Yeah.
And, when you fight somebody that can fight a little bit, that was younger than you, a little bit quicker, a little bit stronger, and Chad Dawson, he exposed you as an old man that you're old now.
Yeah.
We all want to be young, but Father Time doesn't stop for anybody.
Gotcha.
And he had a great career. Listen, Bernard achieved more than he ever thought he would achieve.
Yeah.
And so God bless him. It's time to give it up. He's still talking about fighting, but for what? Why tarnish your career and what you've achieved?
Gotcha. Now, could you tell me, it was kind of interesting, the situation, how it came to where you and Bernard started working together. I believe it was a press conference and you both approached each other at the same time?
Yes. The press conference of Shane Mosley and Fernando Vargas.
Yes.
The first fight.
Yeah.
And he just signed to fight Antonio Tarver.
Okay.
And being a southpaw, I guess that's my specialty.
Yes. He
wanted to bring me aboard because I always work with southpaws.
Yes.
And for the Tarver fight, and that's how we got together. The Tarver, he did well.
Exactly.
He let me do what I wanted to do in that camp, and he worked real well for me.
Now, just the Tarver fight, he was a definite underdog. The Kelly Pavlik fight a few years later, an underdog. How gratifying was it for you to see him take on those challenges and come away with huge victories?
It was real gratifying because those two particular fights were the fights that he let me orchestrate the game plan and do what had needed to be done to win those fights. With Kelly Pavlik, when I came to camp, Bernard was jumping all over the ring like a young man.
Yeah.
I said, Bernard, you're an old man. Fight an old man's fight, but be smart.
Yeah.
Let the young man come to you, save your legs. And, I knew Kelly was still very green. Even though he was champion, he was very green in boxing because he was taught how to fight in a professional manner correctly. So when Bernard exposed that, the fight looks very easy. Because Bernard did small things. We worked on small things. Hitting Kelly Pavlik with dead weight shots.
Yeah.
Because to the judges, it looks like you're really doing something, but you're just touching the guy. Just touching and setting him up for a big shot. And Bernard won that fight going away easy. And so I was very happy because it allowed me to do my job if I wanted to. And he shined like new money.
Got you. And do you think, what was it like kind of working with Naazim Richardson? People know him as this little Zen artist kind of. What's it like him as a trainer?
Bernard, Naazim is good. He's good as far as the mental aspect of the game. Hyping the guy up. And I'm not going to say anything bad about the man. I don't want to belittle him, but as far as teaching, I never seen that. But he was good like a Zen master. He come in there and say the right things to you.
Yeah.
Get you motivated the right way. And that was his specialty to me.
Got you. Now, I know you it seems you're an old school trainer. You're big on, not just hitting the mitts with a fighter, but really teaching a fighter.
Yeah.
Do you kind of take offense to some of the trainers out there who maybe, you say they're so-called trainers, as you told me once?
I take offense to all of them because they cheapen the sport. And the problem with a lot of young fighters today is they're not getting the right knowledge from the so-called trainers of boxing.
Yeah.
What they need is the teachers of boxing.
Right.
Everyone can't teach the sport. Chris, here's the thing: if I didn't do this sport, and I didn't participate in it, how can I teach you to be a good fighter when I never participated? And that's a lot of trainers, a lot of so-called trainers, I'm not gonna name any names, but a lot of them never fought. They never fought to the level, and not just my level, just being a fighter.
Yeah.
If it's like I can't teach you to do something I never did. I can preach, but I can't show you the correct way. And that's the problem with boxing. A lot of these fighters aren't being shown the correct way to fight.
Got you. Do you feel that's another problem with boxing, the fact that maybe there's a lot of people who don't really love the sport or know the sport, that they're just trying to find the next big thing and jump in there?
That's definitely part of it, and that does cheapen the sport. You hit it right on the head for me. That's the problem with boxing. Any guy coming to the gym, throw a towel over his shoulder, give a little hype, and guess what? Oh, he's the next great thing.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of guys that do work.
Yeah.
But it's more like a cardio workout. But it's great. And the young guys fall for that crap, and guess what? I want mitts. No. Go hit the bag. Learn how to hit this bag. The bag's not going to move. Hit this bag. Learn your combinations. Learn how to set your feet right.
Yeah.
That way I can see what you're doing wrong. If I have the mitts, I can't do anything at one time. I can't look at you, look at the mitts, and look at your feet. No one can do that.
Gotcha.
But boxing today, man, they got so many guys out here that want to be so-called trainers. They want to just say, hey, I train this guy, I train that guy. Here's the thing, Chris. Most fighters make the trainer because the trainer feeds off what the fighter does best. Doesn't teach him anything new. What the fighter does best is what they work on. Now, when it's all said and done, and the fighter gets a fighter that he can't handle, guess what? You don't learn any more than what you know already. And the trainer didn't teach you more than what you know already. He just took what you did and he rode your coattails on that.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't teach you anymore. Because you knew what he did going in.
Gotcha.
Most fighters don't realize that. They say, oh, this guy's great. He's not great. All these trainers, they say, oh, he's great. From the beginning, I tell people, listen, I'm not great. My greatness is determined when my career's over the training.
Yeah.
I can't take the grab. I'm happy to be amongst the elite trainers.
Yeah.
And I match my skill for teaching with any other trainer in boxing today.
Okay.
Hey, you feel good training? I can teach. I can teach how to fight. And I just show you I can teach how to fight. Most guys can't teach. They just tell you it's a bunch of BS.
Gotcha. And people, you're here in Las Vegas for the Randall Bailey-Mike Jones fight here on the Manny Pacquiao-Timothy Bradley undercard. But what else have you been up to down, in Florida, and where have you been? What's been keeping you busy these days, Joe?
I've been training, let me see if I can pronounce it right for you, Azerbaijan Russian team.
Okay.
The Olympic team. I've been training those guys. And, that went well. Just at the very last minute, the government kind of had a little falling out.
Yeah.
So that kept me from taking them to London to coach them. But I've been working a lot of younger talent. I got a couple of young fighters that are on the rise. And in about a year or two, they make a lot of noise. So I'm just working with the youth, trying to bring up my young fighters.
All right, John. Always a pleasure, man. John.